Go ahead, buddy.
We'll start with Cowboy, if we could, please. Obviously, a dominating win for you tonight, but couldn't help but notice you looked kind of disgusted as you walked past press row. Tell us about your take on the fight.
I just completely upset with the. I'm a guy that I don't like hearing boos. That's not me. My legacy is I want to be fighting my ass off every time. So I don't consider that a win. I'm upset with my performance, and I'm going to go watch the tape and figure out what I need to do to capitalize if that happens again, So very upset with the performance I put in tonight, and I apologize to everyone that was watching and the hype that was behind all that.
There's obviously you always fight with intensity, but there was a look on your face as you were throwing those leg kicks to close the fight out. Do you remember what was going through your head at that time? You looked pretty more angry, I think, than I've ever seen you in a fight.
Oh, the fuck you kicks? Yeah, those were that's what that was. That was everything. I was either trying to kick and break my leg or his. I was very upset.
And last thing I have for you, it seems like the only fight that makes sense in terms of ranking is Khabib Nurmagomedov, but it is a couple months away from me out. Is that a fight that you'd be willing to wait a little bit longer, or are you just trying to book something right away? What fight makes sense to you right now?
Hopefully, he just signed Dos Anjos, so that's a no-go. But Denver, Colorado in a couple weeks would be fucking pretty cool.
That's my boy. And I couldn't disagree with him more, by the way. I think that he went out. Myles Jury is a very tough kid, and Cowboy shut him down today. I think the jiu-jitsu in that first round blew Jury's mind. He didn't see that coming, and then his offense basically shut down after that first round. And Cowboy was moving forward. Cowboy was doing what Cowboy does, so I disagree.
And Donald, can I ask you, as a teammate and just getting to see Jones in the gym all the time, what is that like to see him up close? And from a fighter standpoint, we look at him almost as like this unbeatable guy. Do you, as a fighter, see him that way? And does he have any discernible flaws that you can see in his game?
Oh, I'm not going to talk about John's flaws, but training with John, yeah, he is a gamer, man. Seeing him train, and sometimes I ask, John, why aren't you bringing in crazy wrestlers to get ready for Cormier? He's like, nah, what I got here at Jackson is good enough. And I'm like, I'll be goddamned all right. And he goes out there and performs. So the son of a bitch is talented, man. Every chance I get in the ring with him and I spar and play around with him. And my hat's off to the dude, man. He's a young stud, that's for damn sure.
More stupid shit he does. And sparring with John Jones. That
and just to follow up on that, Donald, just to ask you, usually a lot of times, the smaller guys, are quicker and you can do things that the bigger guys can't. But how do you find John when you're in there? I know you're not really seriously sparring, but how do you find it when you're in there with it? Oh, well, maybe you are. I don't know.
Yeah, I give it hell every single time. So that's John and I have a good relationship. We're not trying to hurt each other, but I go after it and hopefully give him looks that he's never seen. And likewise, he throws a bunch of crazy stuff. He plays with me. He's a lot heavier than me, and if he wanted to turn it up, I'm sure he could injure me. But like I said, we're teammates, and that's that.
This question's for Cowboy over here. Donald, you've talked before about, first round slow starts, feeling out. This first round, you spent the whole time working him on, he locked up his shoulder, then you had his back, and you had him in danger, pretty much the whole first round. How did that go in with, kind of you getting into your rhythm and doing your thing?
My warm-up was a lot different. I brought Bam Bam Healy and a guy, former UFC guy, and we did about 3 rounds during the Marquardt fight and pretty much fought and got ready. So I was coming out round 4, ready to go. So trying to figure out what I got to do to come out guns blazing. And, yeah, I felt solid. I had a great sweat, ready to go. I didn't know someone was going to wear their Nikes and run the whole fight, so I was definitely upset.
And you said you've been plenty vocal before, and with the Pettis RDA fight being made tonight, you've never been really so concerned where you're at in the standing. You just want to keep working, and I assume that's probably still true, right? That's just whatever you could do next, right?
Yeah, if Dana says you can fight in Denver and get another paycheck, I would fucking love it.
Question for Donald Cerrone. Donald, you obviously earlier expressed your frustrations with Myles Jury not wanting to engage. At the end of the fight, the kicks did seem to come out of frustration, but it also got a big ovation from the crowd. I know you're expressing frustration at that point, but are you also aware that you're maybe at least putting an exciting punctuation on a fight maybe the fans weren't able to really get into previously?
At that point, I was just tunnel vision, thinking murder. That's all I could think. Yeah, just kick as hard as I could. That's all I thought. Wasn't going after fans, or it was just fuck you. That's all I could think.